Hello, my dear children. Welcome again to you all. We are learning General Science of Standard 7, Chapter number 1, The Living World, Adaptations and Classification. Okay? I hope you have learned part 1 of this chapter with me and you might have understood it. Then also you have some doubts. You can ask me questions in the comment box or refer part 1 again. Okay? In short, I'll recall what we have learned in part 1. We are learning about adaptations. So, adaptations means modifications or whatever changes made in the body and behavior of the organisms to adjust to their surroundings. Isn't it? So, in this part 2, we are going to learn the first topic of this chapter and which is plants. Okay. So, here in the adaptation in plants point, we will first observe a chart. In this chart, I took 3 examples of plants. You may include other plants from your own region also. Okay. So, some columns you can see in this chart such as plants, habitat, types of root, characteristics of leaves and characteristics of stems. Okay. According to the plant, we will see all these things in this chart. So, first plant I took lotus. We all very well known about lotus. So, its habitat is aquatic. Habitat means where the living things can live. Okay. Its types of roots are fibrous and the leaves of lotus are large, round with waxy layer. Means a layer of wax is coated on the leaves. Understood? Its stem is hollow. Hollow means empty. And flexible. Flexible means movable. Means according to the stream of water, it can move from here and there. Understand? Next plant is cactus. Its habitat is desert. As we know that desert is a place where there is lack of water. That's why the type of root of the cactus are deeply penetrating. Why it is deeply penetrating? Because in search of water. The leaves of cactus are converted into spike-like thorns. Okay? And the stem is thick, fleshy and green in color. The third plant is banyan. Banyan is a huge plant which is found on land. Its roots are present in soil as well as in aerial. We all are very well known about banyan tree. It is a huge plant and we have seen its roots which are present in air also. Okay. Its leaves are big and green in color and the stem is very hard and it is very tall also. Okay. Now, in this topic, we are going to learn some points. Okay. First point is adaptation in aquatic plants. So you might have gone to the various water bodies such as river, brook, pond, lake in your surroundings. Yes? So what differences do you observe between the terrestrial and aquatic plants? Now only we have seen a chart. You have to notice what type of habitat of the plants, then what type of leaves and what type of stem is seen in the plants which are present in terrestrial as well as in aquatic climate. Okay. Now observe this picture. Some of the aquatic plants are firmly rooted in the soil at the bottom of the water bodies. Firmly rooted means their roots are fixed in the soil at the bottom of the water bodies. Yes, their stems are submerged means their stems are fully inside the water, while leaves and flowers float on the surface. For example, lotus. We can see the flower and leaves of lotus on the surface of the water, and the stem is fully submerged in the water. However, some plants are entirely float, as you can see in the first picture. Their roots are not anchored in the soil. Their roots are also not fixed in the soil at the bottom also. Okay. The surfaces of leaves and stems of many aquatic plants are covered with a waxy layer. As you can see the leaf of lotus which is covered with a wax. That's why the water cannot be stay on the leaf for much time. Okay. Leaves of some aquatic plants are thin and slender like a ribbon. This shape helps them to withstand fast currents of water. As the currents of water are strong, because of the thin and slender shape of the stem, such plants can withstand or survive. Okay. Air spaces in stems and petioles of the aquatic plants are useful for floating in water. As you see in the last image, it is the image of stem of lotus. You can see the air spaces in between them. And these air spaces helps that plants to float in water or on the water. Understood? I'll ask you one question. Why does water trickle off lotus leaves? Here the meaning of trickle off means the water is fall down. Now you will understood the meaning of this question. Why does water trickle off lotus leaves? Means why does water cannot stay for a long time on the lotus leaves? And its answer is lotus is an aquatic plant that has a coating of waxy layer on its stems and leaves. If water falls on the leaves, it is not absorbed but gets trickled down. And the main reason of this trickling down of water is the coating of the waxy layer on it. Understood? Next question is, why don't the leaves of these plants rot in water? When the process will start of rotting, can you think? If the water which is present on the leaves and stem can percolate in it. Then only the process of rotting will start. But as the leaves of aquatic plants have waxy coating on them, and as there are no stomata on the leaves, that's why wet water cannot enter the leaves. Understood? Therefore, the leaves do not rot in the water. Again, one more question is there. Why are their roots short and fibrous? What is the main function of the roots? The main function of the roots is to hold the plants firmly and to absorb water and minerals for the plants. Yes, we all know this. Both of these functions are not needed for the plants like lotus, which can float on the water. That's why their roots are short and fibrous also. Understood? Next point is adaptation in desert plants. The example of desert plants is cactus. You can see the picture of cactus in this image. Here we are going to try one experiment. Okay. You have to take two potted plants. One a cactus and the other a leafy plant. Now you have to tie plastic bags loosely around the leaves of these plants and keep them in sunlight from early in the morning. And in the afternoon, you have to bring these pots into the room and observe them. You have to notice very carefully, has this same quantity of water collected in both the bags? The desert plant or cactus plant must have a little quantity of water collected in the bag. Yes? Why it is so? Because desert plants are either leafless or their leaves are like small needles or have been modified into thorns. Understood? And as a result of this, they lose very little water by evaporation. The stem stores water and food and is therefore fleshy. The stems are green as they perform photosynthesis in the absence of leaves. Here the process of photosynthesis means what? It means to prepare the food. Their roots penetrate deep into the soil in search of water. There is a very thick layer of waxy substance on the stems of these plants too. Okay? I hope you understood this much. Now we will see adaptations in plants of snowy regions. So here, in what way are sloping branches useful to plants in a snowy region? Why the shape of the branches are sloping? The snow should naturally fall off from the branches. As in the snowy region, there is a very heavy snowfall. And this snow should naturally fall off from the branches and should not remain on the tree top. Yes? And therefore, the plants in the snowy regions have sloping branches. Understood? Now, plants of snowy regions mainly include conifers like deodar and pine trees. As you can see the pictures of Deodar and pine tree in the image. These trees are conical in shape. Conifers means the trees which are conical in shape. Yes? As they are conical shape, and due to that shape, in the snowy rainfall and extreme cold regions, the snow fall off from the branches and the snow cannot collect on the tree, and the thick bark helps the tree to withstand the cold. As their stem is very thick, it will withstand with the cold. Okay, got it? Next point is adaptation in plants of forest regions. We all well known about the forest. Forests are very thick. A variety of plants, trees, shrubs and herbs are found in forest. Here we all know that trees are huge plants, shrubs are smaller in size and herbs are medicinal plants. Okay? These plants compete among themselves for sunlight. Means always there is a competition among the trees for getting the sunlight. Hence trees grow tall to get sunlight and climbers and vines grow to a great height with the support of these trees. Spring-like tendrils on the stems of some climbers is an example of adaptation. Observe this picture, then only you can understand it properly. Okay? Now, grassland plants. Here, diverse types of bushes and grasses are found in the grasslands. Diverse means various types of. Fibrous roots of grasses prevent soil erosion. Here, soil erosion means the flowing of soil from one place to another place because of the heavy rainfall and heavy winds. And the fibrous roots of grasses prevents this soil erosion. As we know that grasses in the equatorial region are very tall, animals like tiger, elephants and deer can remain hidden in these grasses. However, grasses in cold regions are very short and animals like rabbit are found in such grasses. Vast meadows are found in hilly areas as well as plains. Meadows means what? Where the cows can eat the grass. Understood? Now you have to notice the adaptations in the parts of plants like potato, groundnut, then acacia or babul, carrot, then onion, etc. and other plants in your surrounding. Then only you can understand the meaning of adaptation. Okay? Now the last point from this topic is adaptation for ingestion of food in plants. Here, ingestion means intake the food and water from other plants. Means these plants are not autotrophic, means they cannot prepare their own food. They are parasitic, means they have to depend for their needs on the other plant body. Understood? And the example of this is cactus, as you can see in the picture. Cuscuta. Sorry, Cuscuta is the name of such type of plants, not cactus. As we all know, most of the plants are anchored in the ground and are autotrophic. However, plants like Deodar means Cuscuta are parasitic. The plant body of Deodar consists of yellow wire-like stems. As you can see in the image, it is leafless and cannot perform photosynthesis. Means as there are no leaves, and because of there is no leaves, they are not able to perform the process of photosynthesis. Their color of stem is also yellow, and for doing the process of photosynthesis, the pigment which is in green color is very necessary. However, it has hostorial roots. Hostorial means what? Sucking roots for absorbing nutrients from the host plant. Host plant means on which plant such type of parasitic plants grows. Okay, got it? These roots penetrate up to the conducting vessel of the root plant to absorb water and food. Okay. Now you might have seen the fungi. Fungi do not have chlorophyll and cannot perform photosynthesis also. They obtain food from starchy foodstuffs like bhakri and bread. You might have seen at our home that sometimes a leftover chapati, if we keep that chapati for 2 or 3 days, some white colored structure will appear on that bhakri or chapati. Yes? And that white color structure is nothing but the fungi. Okay? They have root like fibers which are whitish in color for absorption of the food. Understood? Now plants need nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium for their growth. What is this nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium? All these are nutrients which are essential for the growth of the plants. Got it? Plants that grow in soil which is deficient in nitrogen, like Drosera. See in the picture, Venus flytrap. This picture is of Venus flytrap. Another example is picture plant, etc. Fulfill their need for nitrogen by consuming insects. As you can see the shape of their leaves, in that they capture the insect and close their leaf. Okay? And as the insect is captured in between them, slowly the insect is getting digested, and from the body of the insect these type of plants get the nitrogen and they will fulfill their need from the body of the insects. Understand? Here we have completed the first topic of this chapter. Friends, I tried to explain it in a very simple language and I hope you all understood it very well. Okay friends?